Hello and welcome to EPG Pathshala. This module deals with different types of services that are being offered by or using digital libraries. Such services include email alerts, digital reference service, real-time digital reference service, RSS feeds or ATOM, web-based reference aggregation, web-based user education, personalization, electronic document delivery services, and Ask an Expert. Efforts in providing digital library services in the past few decades were focused on building digital collection and technical infrastructure, including networks and telecommunication, computing infrastructure, digital rights management, standards and protocols, metadata schema, etc., and intuitive interfaces to support search and browsing. These efforts enable digital libraries to function effectively and efficiently. However, digital resources and associated technical infrastructure is only a means to generate services, keeping its potential users in mind. Like printed resources are used in traditional libraries to generate services by the library staff, the digital resources are used to generate services using software-driven web-based interfaces. The library research and development in digital libraries in the beginning was focused mainly towards providing access, search, and browsing interface to its collection. However, providing access to its resources is only one of the several services offered by a traditional library to its users. Other services offered by a traditional library includes reference services, acquisition, cataloging and classification, circulation of physical documents, document delivery, interlibrary loan, current awareness service, selective dissemination of information, bibliographic services, and reprography services. Some of the above mentioned services are no more relevant in digital environments. However, reference service, for example, provides personalized services to a user with a human touch. The importance of reference service has increased many-fold with the introduction of new information technologies in libraries. Users who are not well versed with the use of web and internet technology find it difficult to retrieve information from a plethora of resources accessible to them from various digital repositories. Sloan in 1998 emphasized that technology and information sources on its own cannot make up an effective digital library. Helping users in finding resources either in physical or electronic environment is the foremost task of a librarian. Web-based digital resources can potentially support a range of traditional and non-traditional library services. Computer programs through web-based interface with or without human interventions perform activities that require considerable mental activities like reference service, cataloging, and indexing. Librarians may not be responsible for the design and implementation of digital library infrastructure. They, as managers of digital libraries, are responsible for generating and creating awareness about digital library-based services. Most of the library services generated using digital resources resemble closely to those generated manually with improvements and modifications. However, digital resources have also been used to generate innovative services that did not have a counterpart in manual parlances. The service Variably called as email alert, table of contents alert, news alert, etc., offer the ability to set up email alerts for the table of contents from a specific journal or group of journals. A user can subscribe to email alerts to get periodic emails with links to new content automatically that are added to the publisher's website. All e-journal publishers provide email alerting services with FAQs to use them. The service can be broadly equated to current awareness services CAS offered by traditional libraries. The first time when a user requests an email alert or a table of contents alert, he or she is required to create a personal user profile or a user login. A user is prompted to provide details such as name, email address, postal address, field of interest, username, password, etc. Once these details are filled in and a login ID and password is assigned to the user, he or she is required to log in onto the publisher's website, and then from there he or she can start creating his or her user profile. A user may select journal titles or subject areas that he or she would like to receive email alerts for. Different publishers provide different types of email alerts. The types of email alerts offered by different publishers are mentioned below. Table of contents alerts. Most publishers offer table of content email alerts. The TOC alerts are sent to subscribing users as soon as a new issue of a journal is published online. Enhanced alerts. Enhanced alerts allow a user to design his or her alerts on selected subject categories or keywords. A user is alerted as soon as the article matching his or her criteria are published. New issue alerts. A user gets email alerts with links to new issues of chosen journals as soon as it is published. Citation alerts. A user receives emails when selected article or articles are cited by newer articles. Such alerts include full citation details, that is, title, author, journal, volume, issue, and page number of the citing article. Publication alerts. A user gets mail when there are new publications in selected subject areas. Ebook series alerts. A user gets mails when new ebooks in the selected series are published. iFirst alerts. A user gets mail when new iFirst articles, that is, articles that are accepted for publication, are available. Database alerts. A user gets email alerts as and when the selected database is updated with new records. Reference work alerts. A user gets mail as and when the selected reference works is updated. Search alerts. A user gets an email alert when new content matching his or her saved search expression are added to the publisher's site. Reference services in a traditional library. Personal assistant provided by trained personnel to library users seeking information, besides imparting routine instructions on mechanisms of using a library, a reference librarian is also involved in delivering reference service that require deep intellectual understanding of the subject. Although automated libraries are not yet sufficiently advanced to offer interactive reference services, electronically mediated reference services are increasingly available through libraries and information centers. Digital reference services, variably called as web-based reference services, electronic reference services, electronically mediated reference service, or Ask a Librarian service, occurs when a question is received electronically and responded to electronically. Digital reference services are internet-based question and answer service wherein libraries or voluntary organizations offer reference services to the users, typically through email or via the web. Digital reference services are generally operated through a network of experts and intermediates distributed in different institutions. In case of voluntary organizations offering digital reference services, people who serve as digital reference experts are called volunteers or mentors, who are most of the time information specialists affiliated to various libraries. The service connects users with individuals who possess specialized skills and subject knowledge in conducting precision searches and instruct the users on developing certain skills. Most of these services have a web-based question submission form or an email address or both. Users may submit questions by using either of the forms. Once a question is received, it is assigned to an individual expert for answering. Answers with factual information and or a list of information resources is either sent to the user's email account or is posted on the web so that the user can access it after a certain period of time. Many services have informative websites that include archives of questions and answers in a set of FAQs. Users are usually encouraged to browse the archives and FAQs before submitting a question in case sufficient information already exists. The Question Point service, www.questionpoint.org, is a subscription-based service from OCLC that provides libraries with access to a growing collaborative network of reference librarians in the United States and around the world who offer digital reference service. The questions posted on question points may be answered online by a qualified library staff from the patron's own library or may be forwarded to a participating library around the world. Many libraries are experimenting with internet chat technology as an innovative method for offering real-time digital reference services using chat software, live interactive communication software, counter management software, web contact software, interactive customer assistant system such as LivePerson, AOL Instant Messenger, Conference Room, Google Talk, and MSN Messenger. While digital reference system is asynchronous method of information delivery, the internet chat provides the benefit of synchronous communication between a user and a reference librarian or mentor. Interactive reference services facilitate a user to talk to a real live reference librarian at any time of day or night from anywhere in the world. Unlike with email reference, the librarian can perform a reference interview of a sort by seeking clarifications from the user. The librarian can conduct internet searches and push websites onto the patron's browser and can receive immediate feedback from the patron as to whether his or her question has been answered to his satisfaction. Several institutions in the US, including the Cornell University, Internet Public Library, the Michigan State University, North Carolina University, are offering internet chat-based service. LiveRef maintains an online registry of real-time digital reference services. Web feeds are data formats used for providing users with frequently updated content. The two main web feed formats are RSS and ATOM. RSS stands for Real Simple Syndication or Rich Site Summary. Facilitate a website or e-publisher to list the newest published updates like the table of contents of journals, new articles, etc. through a technology called XML. A web user can keep track of new updates on the chosen website. Like a personal search assistant, RSS feed readers Visit predefined websites, look for updated information, and fetch it automatically onto the user's desktop. In order to use RSS feed, users are required to download RSS feed reader or RSS feed aggregator, which can be web-based, desktop-based, or mobile device-based, and then subscribe to the RSS feeds by copying a link from the website of a digital repository into their feed reader. The reader can then check the subscribed feeds to see if any of those feeds have new content since the last time it was checked, and if so, retrieve that content and present it to the user. Both RSS and ATOM are supported by most of the feed readers. Digital libraries of most of the publishers providing RSS feed for delivering contents of their journals to their users. RSS feeds on web pages are typically represented by a rectangle with the letters XML or RSS. Users generally have a choice to get all the contents of issues of a journal or get contents on a given topic or subject. The Inflibnit Center has developed RSS aggregation service on its website targeted to users of UGC Infonet Digital Library Consortium. The RSS aggregation service facilitates RSS feeds to open on the website of the center for all electronic journals that are covered in the consortium and have option for RSS fields. Resultantly, the users, instead of copying RSS feeds into their RSS feed readers, can visit the Inflibnit website and read the current contents of all the journals subscribed under the UGC Infonet Digital Library Consortium. These RSS feeds are arranged according to subject categories as well as alphabetically. Moreover, journals covered under the RSS feed aggregator services can also be searched according to the subject category as well as by words in journal titles. RSS feeds can also be delivered on mobile devices. An aggregated collection of reference works from different publishers put together with a common search and browse interface has the great advantage that the whole collection of material can be searched at once. There are several reference sources from a given publisher or aggregators of publishers that are now available through a single interface for searching and browsing. The Gale Group and H.W. Wilson were early pioneers in providing web-based reference aggregation. The Oxford University Press has recently launched the Oxford Reference Online, that is XRefer, which provides access to 28,87,964 entries from 256 titles and 55 publishers. ReferX, on the other hand, is a collection of 156 handbooks in engineering available from the L Village platform. Similarly, McGraw-Hill's Digital Engineering Library provides online access to a selection of more than 4,000 engineering articles from McGraw-Hill's 150 plus reference classics. The web-based user education provides a high degree of interactivity and flexibility to the users by offering them the benefit of self-pace, teaching them from basics to highly advanced levels, designed in a wide range of formats to accommodate diverse learning styles. Web technology provides for incorporating both synchronous and asynchronous interactivity in a web-based user education. The proliferation of digital resources has generated greater demands on reference and instructional services. With availability of digital resources that can be used anywhere, at any time, requirement for instructional and reference services has grown. Failure to develop both the technological aspects and the required service components would lead to underutilization of digital resources. The library websites can use web-based user education for imparting training to users in the following areas. 1. Basic library skills along with glossary of library terms. Using library OPAC or Webpack, locating books, magazines, and other library materials. Instructions on subject searching training, using Boolean operators and searching internet resources through search engines. Instructions for searching CD-ROM and web-based databases and other electronic resources. The personalization in digital library facilitates the filtering of information with an aim to provide personalized and enriched experience to users. It plays an important role in tapering the information gap between the huge amount of information available in a digital library and a task-specific tailored information for individuals and communities. Personalization is defined as the ways in which information and services can be tailored to match the unique and specific needs of an individual or a community. This goal is achieved by adapting presentation, content, and the services based on a person's task, background, history, device, information needs, location, etc., essentially getting an understanding of the user's context. User-centric models of personalization that are being used to support portals and personalization include recommender system, collaborative filtering, roles-based personalization, and middleware to support portals and personalization. Recommender systems, or RS, are a type of implementation of personalization that are designed to learn about an individual's requirements and then proactively identify and recommend information that meets those requirements. Amazon, for example, has implemented a recommender system for their clients that suggests books that he or she may purchase based on books that are purchased by other clients with the same or similar subject interest. Collaborative filtering, CF, is a method of making automatic predictions, that is, filtering about the interests of a user by collecting preferences or taste information from many users. The underlying assumption of the collaborative filtering approach is that if a person A has the same opinion as a person B on an issue, A is more likely to have B's opinion on a different issue X than to have the opinion on X of a person chosen randomly. For example, a collaborative filtering recommendation system for television tastes could make predictions about which television show a user should like given a partial list of that user's tastes, that is, their likes or dislikes. Middleware are computer programs that connect software components or applications on clients and servers. Middleware ensure that the client and server can communicate with each other irrespective of different hardware and software involved. The Application Programming Interface API is the middleware component that facilitates the transferring of messages between clients and servers based on protocol. Middleware can be used effectively by libraries to interface and integrate between monolithic digital library and other resources to deliver personalized information to its users. A middleware integrator is a thin layer database that enables the library to describe content once and to act as an interface within the library portal or to be selected by users as part of their Personalized Information Program, PIE. The extent of interoperability and availability of appropriate descriptive metadata are the limiting factors in effective implementation of middleware integrators. Role-based personalization involves categorization and classification of users into different groups of interest based on their user profile and role in the application domain. However, role-based personalization is insufficient to reflect users' actual requirements using advanced user profile techniques. It requires additional inputs from the users, their information seeking behavior, and history and situation based adaptation in context of information retrieval and access. It should be noted that personalized information retrieval, providing personalized information based on dynamically and automatically detecting an information seeker's behavior and situation. Two elements that determine functionalities of the desired personalization system are user's profile, including navigational history and user preferences. User profile should include all the information relevant to the users, including personal information and navigational history and behavior records. Also, the information collected from the navigational behavior of the digital library users. Most publishers of full-text e-resources and bibliographic databases offer the personalization features, including ability to customize the delivery of setup and email alert for the table of contents from a specific journal or a group of journals. Different terminologies such as personal profile, my profile, user profile, my settings, etc. are used by various digital resources. Science Direct, for example, uses my setting. A user is generally required to create a personal profile or personal login where he or she may specify the journal, subject area, frequency of email alerts, etc. The term electronic document delivery systems implies the delivery of electronic version of a document that might involve reproduction of an electronic copy of a document if it is not already available in electronic format. The libraries have been using fax machines for immediate delivering photocopies of articles via telephone lines. The first use of electronic document delivery was based on scanning technology. With maturity of scanning equipment and technology, document supply services started scanning the documents as bitmap page images. Applications are built in such a way so as to automatically produce a hard copy together with a header page containing the address of the applicant, which can again be sent by snail mail or facsimile. A software package known as Arial is used in several libraries in developed countries for delivery of scanned articles via the internet. The Arial software is loaded on an internet-enabled computer that can receive and send electronic information to other parties which have installed Arial. The Adonis system, developed in the late 1980s, is a document delivery system based on bitmapped page images. Some of the enabling features that have contributed to well-established electronic document delivery systems are commercial availability of most of the peer-reviewed research journals in electronic format, inexpensive technology to scan articles, and improved electronic delivery. The technology has now been perfected, and there are several electronic document delivery services that allow a user to download an article in full text from their site or deliver them electronically as attachment to mails. Most electronic publishers and aggregators like Elsevier, Springer, Wiley, Taylor, and Francis are offering full text of articles at a cost ranging from $30 to $45 through their websites. Different vendors have different payment options. Some charge each time the journal is used, whereas others provide access for a set annual fee. A user who wishes to have the item delivered can enter a credit card number and specify a delivery method, that is, postal, UPS, fax, email, etc. Then the person can indicate whether it is a rush item. Ask an Expert is a service offered by several digital libraries and databases. It is an internet-based question and answer service that connects users with experts who possess specialized subject knowledge and skill in a given domain. Digital libraries and database provides this service as platform to connect users with experts who can answer specific questions and instruct the users on developing certain skills. This service is often restricted to a given user community and subscribers of a database or full text resource. A number of fee or fee-based question answering and other reference and information services are now available through the web, and several of them are now being offered by non-library organizations. Some of the web-based reference services are mentioned here: Ask Jeeves, InfoPlease, Internet Public Library, All Experts, XRefer, Ask a Librarian, Ask Dr. Intern. Also, the Yahoo directory Ask an Expert.